And welcome back, everyone, to the Bulldog Blitz football radio show presented by Two Hats Ranch. Rob Bentley and Sandy Golston with you. And we're joined now by Faro State football assistant coach and a coaching legend, Coach Jack Schugars. And, Coach, first of all, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you for inviting me here. It's my first time, so I'm excited about being here.
I know you've been around this Faro State program since Coach Anise took over back in 2011, going into the 2012 season. What's it been like just being here at Faro State and being part of what he's been able to build here with the Bulldogs?
Well, it's just been a fantastic adventure for me. You know, I'm 78 years old. It's been a great run here, and retired from high school football in 2010, and immediately Coach Anise called me to join his staff at GRCC, and then the next shortly after that to come to Faro State University, and it was just a great idea for me because, I don't have that many hobbies. So I guess football is my hobby in my life because I'm not a very good golfer and I'm not a good fisherman. So I love football and I love the game and I love working with young people. And Coach Anise and I have been friends for a long time.
I know you mentioned been friends for a long time and you guys have a great relationship. What's it like working with him and obviously getting to know him so well for so long?
Well, as high school coaches, we got together because we were in the same town, in Muskegon and Muskegon Oak Ridge, and we would have 7-on-7s and weightlifting and different types of football things together. So it was kind of fun, and I knew him, and he was a quality coach back then, and I just kind of picked his brain as a high school coach. And then the college, he wanted me to come along and be a part of his program, and it was just a great feather for me to have in my cap because to be associated with a coach like Coach Anise and be involved in and be able to coach at a D2 level is fantastic.
I know you're able to build great relationships with all your specialists, kickers, long snappers, punters, whatever it may be. Just what are those relationships meant to you in terms of being able to work with those student athletes each and every day?
Well, I think that's the number one thing in coaching, and that's number one of our pillars for our program is love. And I love my players, and I love the high school players I've had, and now even closer to the college players I've had for all these years, and build great relationships with them, and see them in the off season and see them at my camps. They work my summer camps and develop great friendships, and you get to be invited to the weddings. And one of my players just recently called me up to tell me that he was going to adopt a child. So that's a great thing for me to have him call me to tell me that what he was going to do in his life with his wife. And it's just a fantastic journey to be friendships with your players, and it's a great coach-player relationship, and those things last forever.
Of course, one of your specialists, before I give it to Sandy, just had a tremendous performance this past weekend. Mitch Middleton setting a school record 12 for 12 on point-after attempts at American International, and nice to see him break his own record.
Yeah, he's a fantastic young man. I recruited him out of Middleville High School, and to see him break the record from Mitch Middleton. Mitch Middleton broke the record of Mitch Bredberg. So that was a great record to break, and just a great performance for him this last Saturday.
Yeah, let's go back to 2012 when Coach Anise came in here, and obviously you and many of the coaches that you came in with, including Coach Anise, you guys had success in high school, you guys had success at GRCC, and then you come to a Faro State program that had been a little bit down. Take me back to what you remember about first coming into Ferris and kind of having a clean palette for something you guys could build here.
Well, for one thing, as a high school coach, my expectations were pretty high, and the bar was very high. And having won a few state championships myself, I knew what it would take to build a program, and even at the college level, to inject some of those ideas and some of those characteristics of successful programs. And I knew Coach Anise had them already, and some of the things he asked me, and some of the things we developed together, and along with his leadership, it was something that we knew we could do. I mean, we didn't have any doubt that high school coaches could come into a college and build a program to become winners because the expectations and the bar and the standards and the quality of play is such a high level. We wanted to increase that at this university, and which we've already done at this point, and continuing to keep growing.
What is it about Coach Anise? Because we always talk about it. Yeah, Coach Anise knows somebody that's from this area of Michigan, that area of Michigan, out of state and college level high school. What is it about him that makes people just gravitate toward him?
Well, he's got a charisma, and it's a very sincere charisma that he has, and he tells it like it is, and he also, the players know that he loves them and he cares about them, and he's all about players, and he's all about developing relationships with players, and it's fantastic. This last December, it was great to go to a wedding for Jake Lampman, and there's Coach Denise there, and myself there, and Coach Rowan was there. So you develop those relationships and the charisma and the people and all the Ferris players that were there, and they still have a great, great love for him. And because of that love relationship, that's what it's all about, because you love people, and it's all part of your life. It's how you treat people, how you love people, and develop those relationships.
And Rob was talking about Mitch Middleton, and you got to really be happy, I think, with his growth. And he's always had a big leg, but now he's become like just a lights out kicker, with accuracy and range, and you really got to be happy with his development.
Well, I really am, but I knew when we came in there that he was going to be a good one down the road, and hopefully all the players we bring in are going to be good down the road. But he's exceptional. Plus, he's a fine young man as a character, as a quality character young man, and plus high academic engineering student. So with a 4-point grade point, and he's a very intelligent player, very intelligent student, and he's got a great sense of humor too. And he's just a great guy to have around. And I enjoy some things we do in the off season, my camps, and in fact, a little fishing trip this last spring. So it was kind of fun to have him around, and I just see him grow and help our program to develop to where we're at our level of competition.
You mentioned the sense of humor. That's a unique group, the kicking team that you guys have. I mean, that's a group, a lot of personalities on that group. What's that group like to come with on a daily basis?
Well, it's fun because we have guys that just always playing with you, messing with you, and just they always, a lot of times I'll come up to the practice and say, "What'd you get here?" And they just, that I just, one of those things they say to me all the time. And we just have a great personality. We kid around each other, and we laugh and have a good time, and we enjoy each other, the camaraderie. And that's a great camaraderie that I have and the kids have between each other. So it's a special little group, and we call ourselves the PKL, punters, kickers, long snappers, So that's what we call ourselves. So it's a great group. It's a special group, and I love them.
Yeah. And one more before I kick it back over to Rob. Rob and I have talked about this so much since the Coach Anis's staff came in here. Special teams is really special for you guys. And sometimes special teams can get lost in offense and defense, but it seems like right from the beginning that Coach Anis and you guys have really taken special teams very, very seriously. And that was one of the biggest, I think, growth points, for this program, when Coach Anis and the staff came in.
Yeah, I think that's a good observation for sure. We've really tried to increase our special teams, the quality of players, and the demand for the excellence that we want to have a successful program, especially at the levels that we play in the higher and higher competition in the playoffs and in the championship games. And we've had some great kickers and great kicks in the championship games. And so that is expected. It's something that's expected and something that we want. And we've really changed the tone. We've really changed the expectation. And the bar definitely is high. And for me, I always want more time and practice for special teams, but that doesn't happen. But I love it, and we work hard, and we have a chance. We try to hone our skill every day. So it's just a great thing, and great kids that we recruit, and great players here. And with Coach Anis, pretty well letting me decide what these kickers are, who are the ones you want to recruit, and I'm really pleased with my role and that he's given me.
Awesome.
Coach, I got to put you on the spot here. Tell us what year in coaching it is for you this season with the Bulldogs.
Well, I started coaching back in 1969. So with the Ferris, it's 12 years plus the COVID year. So I mean, this is my 55th year that would be, I think, then. Wow. 55th year. So
I know. Hey, I was just going to say, I know just going out there every day, it's got to keep you young, just working with these young college kids.
Well, yeah, at 78 years old, there's not too many 78-year-old coaches, I don't think. but I love it. It keeps me young, and I enjoy it, and it's just fun to be around. What a great staff! What a great program to be in with Rob and Sandy. It's the greatest on-air broadcast team in the world.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
I have a colleague, a friend of mine, who is in media, and he always talks about how fantastic you guys do a great job, and it's just I'm glad to be associated with you two.
Appreciate that.
Well, we appreciate that, Coach. I know you mentioned earlier you don't golf, you don't do a whole lot, but I know you're active in terms of following your grandchildren. Your son was a coach, and you had a chance to coach with him. Just talk about your family and obviously how important football's been in that family life.
Well, yes, I was married to my wife Julie for 49 years, and she passed away 4 years ago, and we had 2 children, a son, Eric, who's the head coach at Traverse City Central, and he has 3 children, a boy and 2 girls, and my daughter, Amanda Lynn, who's a teacher in Battle Creek, and she has 3 girls, and they're all involved in athletics. So I get a chance to go to Traverse City and Battle Creek and put a lot of miles on my car, and it's a great time. It's a great fun, and it's just been a great thing for me here too. Plus, this last year, a couple of years, I reacquainted with a past young lady I dated in college in 1967. So things are very happy for me and very successful and with my family. And my family just loves the game of football, and they come to many, many Ferris games. And as my son's head coach at Traverse City, it's just I try to get to as many games as I can too to see him coach. So it's just a great pleasure to have my kids and follow them and my grandchildren.
And finally, before we let you go here, I know before we went on the air, we talked about the schedule coming up and obviously some big games. How excited are you just to watch this team continue to grow here over the next couple months of the season?
Yeah, I'm excited that we're coming down to the stretch here. We're going to really get some tough games. Our competition is going to be really increased as we go along, and then naturally we're all looking for the playoffs. And as you know, the playoffs competition is just not to be laughed at all because it's really tough competition at our level.
Well, Coach, we appreciate the time, and thanks for being with us here today, and best of luck here to you and all the guys you coach here the rest of the season.
Well, it's great to be here, and I'm just thanks for having me on the show, and I just love being a Ferris State Bulldog.
Well, thanks. We love having you as well. We'll be back with more of the Bulldog Blitz Football Radio Show after this break on the Bulldog Sports Network.